Welcome to the kitchen table, where the jankiest Magic the Gathering decks battle it out for glory, but most of all for your viewing pleasure. And to make it even extra fun, we have a little leaderboard, where the winner will win a Modern Horizons 2 Collector Booster, thanks to our partner CARDMARKET. To participate in this leaderboard, there's only one thing you need to do, and that is predict the winner of the next match and leave it in the comments below. We will announce the next match at the very end of this video, so stay with us until the end. But now sit back and relax, and let's ask Bram which two decks will enter the arena this time.
This time we have a crazy orc named Zurgo with a bunch of goblins, and he will battle it out against Muldrotha, the graveyard master. And he and his black, green, blue graveyard deck are going to work with all these dead creatures, with Hogak, Arisen Necropolis, with lots of spells that work around the graveyard. We see old Rodstein there as well. Sultai Charm is on team, it's removal spell, it's great for the deck. And the deck plays against Zurgo Helmsmasher, a goblins deck with Voracious Dragon, Kranko and Goblin Ringleader. And it's 3 colors. Because we play cards like Goblin Trenches, Goblin Pony Brigade and Spike Shot Elder and the Goblin Trash Master. Game on!
Fight!
And as always, we are graciously sponsored by the best sleeves in the business. Without a doubt, that's Dragon Shield, and of course the best platform to get your Magic singles, to get your boosters. Try it out for free. Check the link in the description below to get a free booster from CARDMARKET. We now look at the opening hands of both decks, and we start at the Goblin side. We start looking at a very flexible land. Nomad Outpost, we have a Voracious Dragon that eats a lot of goblins. Then the goblins, they come in the trenches. This card is from Eternal Masters. Let's see what else we have. Goblin Ringleader, a Goblins fan favorite. It's a hasty one that takes the top 4 cards and look at some goblins. If he finds them, they join the party. Terramorphic Expanse is also there as the 3rd land, and the Goblin Trash Master, because it's Sunday and tomorrow we need to put out this trash. And the trash we will find in the graveyard. With Sultai Charm, we are now looking at Muldrotha's opening hand. We also see a removal creature, a sacrifice creature, a Plague Crafter. And we see his cousin. It's an orc, but he's on the other side of the battlefield. This one is Merciless Executioner. When he dies, he takes one from the team with him. The opponent's team, that is Opulent Palace, is the tri-land that comes into play tapped. We see a Temple of Malady. That's for all the Rudy fans. Old Rodstein is also there, a peasant that creates tokens. And let's see who starts. It's Muldrotha. Opulent Palace is the first land, and I think the goblins will do something similar. There we go, Nomad Outpost, Khans of Tarkir represented. Expedition map now from Muldrotha. We play a Temple of Malady, and we're going to scry and discard. Will stay on top. Spike Shot Elder is the first goblin to hit the battlefield. Terramorphic Expanse get cracked. And then we head back into Muldrotha's territory. Yes, that Mythos was on top, so we draw it again now. No problem, no mistakes. Drizzt's team is joining the battlefield 1-4, and when he enters, we can mill a card, and obviously milling is putting things in our graveyard, so we like that, and it also has some additional effects. A land hits the graveyard. That means we'll get a token. Meanwhile, the goblins are already in full force with goblin trenches. And the token you see, that is a treasure token, if I'm correct. The draw, Tainted Wood. Very good if you have lots of swamps in your deck. And Drizzt's team is doing some action, because actually we forgot it. Tainted Wood goes to the graveyard. We create another treasure. So 2 treasures. And that means we have Temple of Deceit entering the battlefield tapped. We will scry this one to the bottom. Now 3 mana. Maybe Merciless Executioner. Yeah, that one would take care of the Spike Shot Elder. And Drizzt's team is going to hit with his staff on the head of some goblins. Now 4 mana Goblin Ringleader time. 1, 2, 3, 4. At least 1 goblin. The other ones go to the bottom. There we go with Drizzt's team is going to mill a card away. And that's another land. Treasure accumulating. A pretty slow start from both sides. Not sure in which deck's favor that is. 24-25, we're going to see Muldrotha hit the battlefield with some treasure. Now during each of your turns you may play up to 1 permanent of each type from your graveyard. So that means lands, creatures, enchantments, artifacts, they can all be played. And it's a 6/6 as well. So pretty good cards already out there. And I think it will be some trouble for the goblins. But they still have a nice grip. They still have some cards in hand as well. And for 3-4 mana we'll see Goblin Trash Master. And this one can be sacrificed to destroy artifacts. So Drizzt's team needs to mill. There we go. There's a bird going to the graveyard. And when a bird goes to the graveyard, we create a token. That's a 1/1 insect. And let's see what Muldrotha has in store for us. Here is Sultai Charm, killing the Trash Master. Nice play. Now it's targeting the artifact. So that means that we will react, sacking the expedition map. And the map will search for a land. And that goes into the hand of Muldrotha the Gravetide. So a black land has joined the hand of Muldrotha, and we'll see an attack. The land is Takenuma, the Abandoned Mire. Back to the Orc with his goblins. And we'll see a Silver Quill Campus enter the battlefield tapped. So Zurgo still stays home for now. Stays in his cave, where it's still warm and cozy. Here is Kranko, the mob boss. Probably the most well-known goblin of them all, the most popular goblin. He is the Justin Bieber of goblins. He has a lot of fans. And meanwhile, old Rodstein is flipping a card into the graveyard. I will get the appropriate token or something that looks like it. There we go. Now, maybe we should draw a card, Mr. Rodstein. Or we can activate Muldrotha and play some permanents. There we go. Let's play a land from the graveyard. It's the Restless Tomb that can become a zombie. Now we play an expedition map. Why don't we play another creature as well for 3 mana? There is Merciless Executioner and we're going to sacrifice an insect. So Muldrotha does what it does best. Controlling the game with his graveyard shenanigans. Drawing cards. Getting the value engine going. If you're a fan of graveyard decks, you have come to the right place with Muldrotha. And while Zurgo is taking a nap, we will crack our expedition map. Because with Muldrotha, we can play it back again next turn. Let's get another land into the hand. That's a cycling land. To draw some extra cards, to make the value engine complete. And meanwhile, we get the right tokens on there with the blood token. There we go. It's goblin time. It's orc time. Here is not Zurgo. Here is Siege Gang Commander. 3 more goblins. And maybe we're going to see the commander go crazy. Kranko will go crazy. Because now all of a sudden we have quite a bit of goblins. There we go. A lot of goblins now. I believe it's 8 goblins. So Muldrotha, his Merciless Executioner, now is rather useless. Old Rodstein is continuing to mill cards into the graveyard. Here is another insect because his Zoni is milled. Now we draw another creature. Let's see what Muldrotha has for tricks. It doesn't fly. So blocking wise, there are some more troubles now with these goblins. Mythos of Brokos might be the answer. So we're going to put a card in our graveyard and then get something back. And let's see that we tap, of course, the correct mana for that. Ravenous Chupacabra, that's spot removal that goes to the graveyard. And we will get this back, of course, as well. We need to get rid of Kranko and also let's make sure we get the voucher in the right place, get the creatures out there. Play a land. Now we can't play the Chupacabra yet. We can play an expedition map from the graveyard with Muldrotha. Sacrifice this one for 2 mana. Get another land out there. Gorging Vulture can also be played. And that means we're going to put some more cards into the graveyard. There is Hogak. And he can obviously be played from the graveyard only. With Convoke, with Dredge. So we will Convoke Hogak, 8/8 trample. And it's not Dredge, it's Delve, of course. So, Hogak, can he put these goblins out of their comfort zone? Can he put the fear in the eyes of the small green monsters? They need their chief, they need Zurgo. Franco first will make more goblins. So I think we now have 10 more goblins. If I'm still counting correctly, here is Voracious Dragon, and when it comes into play, it deals damage equal to the amount of goblins times 2. Oh. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. Voracious Dragon eats them all up. And bam, it's game over. What an upset. Zurgo wins with his dragon. Unbelievable finish. I did not see that one coming at all. Zurgo and his dragon to victory.
So this was this week's match. Check out the community tab of this channel to find out where you are in the leaderboard, or learn how you can join the leaderboard by clicking on this link here. But most importantly, predict who will be the winner of the next match and leave it in the comments below. And Bram will tell us now which 2 decks will battle it out in the next epic match.
Next time, demons, dragons and angels with Kaalia versus Drizz't and his Maverick deck. Let me know in the comments who you think will win. Bye bye.